This is the Transformers Generations Legacy United Leader Class G1 Universe Soundwave with G1 Universe Decepticon Rumble and G1 Universe Buzzsaw and G1 Universe Ravage. Now, you heard it right. This set is a Leader Class, a Voyager class figure plus 3 core class figures. I guess that makes it a Leader Class price point. But out here in Manila, Legacy United Leader Class figures, I think this one just made its way to Toy Kingdom stores. The Mall of Asia Toy Kingdom had this one and was selling for $4,200 or $84, which was weird because the Studio Series Leader Class Optimus Primal, Megatron, and Springer were going for $64. $64 to $84, weird. So Studio Series are apparently cheaper here in Manila than the Legacy figures. I picked up this set from Amazon for about $55. I used a $10 gift card, so I effectively just paid $45 for this one, free shipping to Manila. Not too excited about the figure, but I am excited about the sets. Let's get everyone out of packaging. So let's get right down to business. This is everything that came with the set. You get Soundwave, which is really a Voyager class, Earthrise Soundwave figure. You've got 3 core class figures, or maybe 2 core class budget figures, but basically 3 smaller figures. His minions, Rumble, Ravage, and a new character, Buzzsaw. So all these figures are basically repaints and redos of previously released figures, something we've all seen before. And speaking of previously released figures, here are the original molds of these figures. Let's begin with the Soundwave. This is essentially the Earthrise Netflix Soundwave, and this is, I don't have the Netflix version anymore, but this is essentially the same figure, the repaint. This is the Takara Tomy Dramatic Capture Series Nemesis Bridge 3-pack Soundwave, and as you can see, they're exactly the same figure with just a difference in how the color of the molded plastic is and the paint apps. As you can see, the blue on this one is actually a little bit more darker than this one. This is more of a navy blue. This one's more of an indigo midnight blue, making this one look a little bit more like the toy version, especially that this one has the silver paint apps on the forearm and on his feet. This one is just molded gray plastic. You can see both of them still have that red stripe on the forearm. The Takara Tomy version does not have the red stripe though on his gun, but the barrel is painted silver. The shoulder cannon does have that red stripe, but this new Legacy United version does not have painted tips of the missiles as this one. Everything else seems to be the same, or there's paint apps here on the chest and on the shoulders and on the head sculpt. There's paint here. Same with the legs, there's paint here and there. We'll see more of the paint of the legs in alt mode, but as you can see, instead of the silver metallic paint apps that they used for this figure, they've replaced it with this matte finish gray paint apps. Same with the faceplate, the shoulders, where the knees are. You can see how shiny this one is, and this one is just very matte, making actually this one look more cartoon accurate than this one. This one basically toy accurate. The plastic that they used for the gray bits, you can see this one's lighter. You can see that the gun, this one's darker and all that. It's interesting because the minions for this set are actually supposed to be toy accurate, and these are the show accurate. The actual figure is the one that's cartoon accurate, and this one's toy accurate. If you wanted to, here is a look at the old G1 Soundwave. This is the Encore version. You can see the yellow paint apps, very similar on their chest, but this one has more silver, and as you can see, it's reflected there. The only thing that they paid silver here are the thighs. And speaking of those thighs and those elbow joints, I don't know, okay? I don't have the old Netflix version, but that one went yellow after a few years, by a couple years. These seem to have held up. I mean, well, it's still probably pretty early to say, but based on the way they feel, I don't think these are going to be the ones that really quickly yellow. We can't be 100% sure, but I'm hoping they've addressed that yellowing issue and they've replaced the resin, the plastic they're using for the elbow joints and the thigh and knee joints for these figures. Because from the way this thing looks, it's a little bit glossier and shinier and less matte than the Netflix version. But again, it probably is just too early to say. I'm hoping they don't yellow. So that's basically the difference with Soundwave. It's just basically the color of the plastic they molded and the lack of paint apps for this one. Let's do Rumble first. Very much straight up repaint. Nothing new. They didn't change the location of the paint apps like what they did with Soundwave. Everything where there's paint here, there's paint here as well. The only difference really is, again, like I said, the color of the molded plastic. This one's darker, and the paint apps. So instead of purple, they've got dark blue. Instead of metallic yellow, they've sort of done a sort of bright yellow on the legs. Same with the red pieces and the silver. Much of the paint here is darker, or brighter, I should say, brighter than this one. And if you want a close-up look at that head sculpt, basically the same. And like I said, much brighter finish with this one than this one. Now, which one's better? I'm gonna have to say it's about preference. This one is obviously cartoon accurate, but as far as the color goes and paint apps, this one is obviously better. I love the vibrant colors on this one. The really sharp metallic paint colors and choices that they made for this one really brings out this figure. This one just really pops more than this one. But this one carries a lot of nostalgia because this is the way he looked like on the cartoon. So you can keep both if you're a big Rumble fan. It's a matter of preference whether you want the toy accurate version or the cartoon accurate version. And having said all that, I think this one is still the superior version over this one. Let's go to Ravage. As you can see, it is basically the same mold, same lightweight, flimsy plastic. And if you look at both figures, the main difference really is just the paint apps. Well, obviously the molded plastic, this one has gray feet and gray waist. This one's all black. I believe the black plastic is very similar, but the newer one, the Legacy United version, has a little bit of a higher gloss to it than this one. But you can see most of the paint apps are the same. We'll see more of that in cassette mode. Same here, same Decepticon logo. The head is painted as well, the eyes, except for this one, the teeth are now painted. I think it's a better version versus the old. This is the actual Netflix Ravage. The Dramatic Capture series did not come with a Ravage. It only came with Laserbeak. So yeah, between the two, I'm going to say the Legacy United version is better. The only thing missing from this one to make it really completely toy accurate is if they had painted the forearms or forelegs of this one silver. Had they put a little bit more silver there, that would have made this one completely accurate to the toy. Definitely this one's better than the Netflix. And just as a short intermission, we have the core class Soundwave, just for fun, if you wanted to see how they look. And essentially, I wanted to point out the Decepticon logo or insignia on both Soundwaves. This one looks more like the sticker. This one looks more like the animation look of that Decepticon faction symbol. Now on to Buzzsaw. First time we're getting him for the Generations figure. This is the old G1 Buzzsaw that came with this figure. And as you can see, it's nowhere near how he looked like G1. The gold finish here is like muted, faded gold. This one is just really mustard gold. I don't know where they came up with that color, but it's nowhere near this bronze type of colored plastic. More bronze than gold. This one's really yellow mustard or Dijon mustard that has a little bit of a metallic, just slightly. You can't even see it from this distance. You have to look at it up close, and there's a little bit of metallic finish. Very, very slight metallic finish. As you can see, the tempos that they put on his wings really match the old G1 stickers. And unfortunately, they didn't put chrome. The old G1 still has chrome, and I can tell you right now, the G1 figure is much superior to the new generations figures, just the way it looks. Albeit, I just noticed now the plastic quality on the old G1 figures. I think the War for Cybertron Trilogy version is much better. Okay, now you're probably wondering why we have Buzzsaw instead of Laserbeak, and why Laserbeak is actually more popular with the fans. It's because Laserbeak is, you know, he's got more prominent roles in the show. He appeared in season 1 and he's Megatron's favorite minion, while Buzzsaw only appeared in season 2 of the 1980s Generation 1 show. And that was on purpose. The writer's Bible during that time decided that it really stated that make Buzzsaw less prominent, focus more on Laserbeak, because Hasbro felt they didn't need to promote Buzzsaw since Buzzsaw already came with the G1 Soundwave figure. No need to promote this to the buyers, the consumers. So that was it. But when he did appear, he did feel like he was tougher than Laserbeak. Laserbeak would get shot down first, and then he would survive. He appeared in about 3 episodes, 3 prominent episodes. He probably made cameos in other episodes. But if you remember back in the old G1, the one with the sub-Atlanticans, where Megatron tried to conquer DC with these Atlantis people, that's where he appeared. I think there was this episode with the Negavator, machine that Wheeljack constructed. He also appeared in that, and then another show where there was a mine, where the Autobots were trapped in a bunker. And so, okay, anyway, so basically it's the Laserbeak Earthrise figure, not the Siege figure. And this one is the Dramatic Capture Series Nemesis Bridge Laserbeak, which is essentially the Netflix Earthrise version. And as you can see, it's exact same figure, where there's paint here, there's also paint here. I don't think they changed the quality. The metallic paint here is about the same quality as this one, except that this one gives an illusion that it is brighter and shinier because it uses gold instead of silver. You can see the head sculpt is essentially the same. Faction symbol on his head. His beak is painted though, much like Ravage. This one's unpainted, so this one's painted. The eyes are painted, but essentially it's the same. They just changed the color of the molded plastic and the colors of the paint apps. But between the two, I'm still gonna go with Laserbeak, simply because, probably biased, because I like Laserbeak more. But the gold paint on the wings of this one, I think, is superior to the silver paint and other metallic paint on Laserbeak. So transformation, let's begin with the minions. Let's start with Rumble. You got to remove these pieces. They don't form any part of his alt mode. Set them off to the side. Rotate that head, fold it down. The arms go up, feet transform, and just tab into place and turn him around. That's his cassette tape alt mode. Okay, Ravage. Still as tough to transform as the War for Cybertron Trilogy version, but yeah. Okay, fold up this and fold him out. Fold the head. Sorry, my bad. Okay, fold the head first. Fold the waist. Fold these pieces out. Okay. Fold them down, lock them in place. Nice, really uniform, homogenized look to Ravage. I like that. Set. And then finally, Buzzsaw transforms exactly like Laserbeak. There we go. Okay, and then Soundwave. You want to pluck out these weapons. Go ahead and fold down that head sculpt. I do hope they've addressed a lot of the issues that was plaguing this version's transformation, but we'll see. So go ahead and fold that out. Before you do that, rotate the waist, tab, okay, rotate, okay. Okay, top part seems to be okay, tabbed in nicely, okay, and fold these out. The legs, I think, it's where most of the issues lie. So let me see if they fixed it. Fold that, tab up. They haven't. It's still a pain to transform. Okay. It's all right. All right. Fold that up. Like this and tab in. All right. Let's see if it will tab seamlessly. Have they fixed it? Nope, still a pain to transform, but okay. Yeah, it'll do. I mean, just jam that leg in. It's still, the issue's still there. It's very tight, this portion right here, and it doesn't really fold as flush. It's the same issue we've had with the old Netflix version, so kind of sucks. So fold this up in here. This one stays here, and there you go. Those are the alt modes. So you can plug this one in right here. Okay, and that's all of them in alt mode, and each one of them, obviously, they're going to fit in the tape deck. Ravage being very tight. This one, I don't know. Yeah, this one's going to be really tight as well, but they will fit if you wanted to. It's just not easy to pop out, but yeah. And now for comparisons with the other versions, this is the Dramatic Capture Series Nemesis Bridge Soundwave now in his tape deck mode. You can see rumble right here. The colors really pop with the darker version of the Legacy United, albeit this one's actually not bad as well. And you've got Buzzsaw right here with Laserbeak and the G1 Buzzsaw. And you got the Netflix Ravage with the new Legacy United Ravage. And as you can see, here are the G1 Soundwave and Core Class Soundwave, just for fun if you want to see comparisons. In terms of alt mode, it still stands that the Soundwave from the Nemesis Bridge is still superior. The new Rumble is better, basically the same for these two. The new Ravage is definitely better. And here's a head-to-head comparison of both Soundwaves. The silver really on this one just makes this figure pop more even in alt mode. On the back, you can see more of the silver. And so some final thoughts on this Legacy United Soundwave and Minion set. Well, in today's economy, in today's inflation, I guess it's a decent set for its price. I mean, surely not for $84 like out here in Manila. But for 55 bucks, you get 3 core class figures and a Voyager class figure. If you have the means to get so and you haven't picked up any of these figures, I suppose that's a fairly decent enough price for this set, and I guess it's worth picking up. But if you've already had these figures and you're not really too finicky or a stickler for these changes in paint apps and all that, and you're happy with your current figures, then there's probably no need to purchase this figure. A lot of collectors, I reckon, will just be getting this set for the Buzzsaw figure. So if you're don't really care about Buzzsaw and you just care about Soundwave, you might want to split this set with a fellow collector who's really just interested in that Buzzsaw. As for me, I think I'm gonna stick with my Dramatic Capture Series Soundwave, but I think I'm gonna keep these Minions. They're just really, really cool versions of the mold, and I'll probably let the Soundwave go, maybe sell it off to a buddy. So the whole set is gonna get a 9.5 out of 10, simply because that Ravage is missing some paint apps. The gold plastic on Buzzsaw is really putting me off. That Rumble is actually a perfect figure for me. Let me know in the comment section what you guys think of this Transformers Generations Legacy United Leader Class Soundwave and his Minions, Rumble, Ravage, and Buzzsaw. Hit that notification bell so you never miss out on any of my latest video reviews. And if it's your first time here, please subscribe. Thanks for watching.